Hey guys, how you doing? I thought I would give you an update. Now, I've had the Xiaomi Mi Max here now for 1 week and I've been using it all the time as my main mobile phone. And I just wanted to run through some of the things I've discovered and how I found the phone compared to what was my daily phone, which was the Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge here. Now, I've been really enjoying this mobile phone so far, and the main thing is the screen. I mean, you just have to try it before you knock it and say, it's too big, because I almost didn't order this to review. I thought, nah, 6.44 inches, that's just huge. I can't manage that kind of size. It's just going to be such a pain to put in my pocket, whatnot. And yes, it is a bit. It's a bit clumsy kind of feeling when, and a couple of times I've walked through a door arch and I've had the Mi Max in my pocket and it has knocked against the door just because it's been in my pocket and walking through next to the door, the side of it, it's just hit it and gone, whoa. Yeah, it's big, but the thing about the phone is it's so immersive, the screen. I'm really enjoying using it, internet use and things like that on it are very good. And the battery life, just top notch. I've been using it now, I think, for about 2 days non-stop. I'll go and just quickly show you my usage statistics here in battery. Now, I'm not a heavy user. I'm probably what I would call a light to medium use. I do a little bit of gaming, some phone calls, a bit of internet, bit of everything. So let's have a look. So at the moment I've got, what have I got? 65% battery. And you can see there, okay, Chrome, Clash of Clans, Real Racing. That's about the use I've been doing there hardware-wise. Screen, probably haven't had a lot of screen on time. See, you're only 3 hours and 25 minutes. So not that bad. If we go and have a look at history, okay, I'm almost 2 days now on it. Looking at how things are going at the moment, it's 20 past 5 almost. I would say I'm gonna easily be able to get 4 days of use out of this. Now, this same kind of use, you can see that it's not that heavy. I keep wireless on all the time just so I can get WhatsApp and things like that updates, and my emails, my Gmails on there and everything. That same kind of use on my S7 Edge here would only last 2 days. I would probably be down to about, I would say, 20% battery or less, having to charge after 2 days. Definitely. I find the battery life in this thing disappointing. Now, have I missed having my Galaxy S7 on me? Well, not really. The only thing I'd say I miss probably is the camera when it comes to low light. I mean, I really do like the camera in this. I think is good, but I still don't think the camera of this one anyway is still a patch on my S6 Edge Plus or my Galaxy Note 5 that I used to have. I still think that's a better camera anyway, personally. So that's the only time I really miss having the S7, I think. I think I can definitely convert over, but there's a couple annoying little things with the operating system that I don't particularly like. And one of them is I've had a lot of problems trying to sync my contacts. Now, what's happening is I get a message pop up saying that the contacts, the sync is not working, to try again, that it's busy or it's not working, I think it says. And that is really annoying. I'm not going to show you my email addresses there, but what it says is the syncs has an error, the contact sync has an error. Now I've installed, because it doesn't come pre-installed with your Google Play services, your apps, your calendar sync and all that, you have to use other different apps to install that. And that is what I did. I used the Google installer, and I think it's a problem with that. Now that's a bit of a pain. I've spent maybe about well, not half a day, but an hour or so trying to figure it out and get it to work properly. I uninstalled, this is the one here, the calendar sync, and I put that back on. I'm going to have to redo everything. So this is a problem that you're not going to get on the global version of this, the global ROM version of this particular model, because once you do the wise thing, not like me, don't get the straight out Chinese and English only version, get the one that's got the global ROM, you probably won't have this problem. Other things are related to just minor little things that's annoying. Like every time I go to plug it in to transfer files off, I'll just show you now. So I'll go here and I'll plug it in to my PC. It always goes and defaults to USB charging, which is annoying. I want it to save the setting. That's a slight annoyance now. I'm being picky here, but I would like it always to be on MTP mode. Why does it always have to be just charging only? That's slightly frustrating, annoying. The other thing too is the camera. I've noticed every time you have to go into the camera, you have to, if you want to record it in 4K video, which I'm quite a fan of 4K video, I love the detail it captures. Most of the time, it's always okay, it's in full HD at the moment. I always have to go and set that every single time. Why can't it save that? Now I have the same problem with the Mi 5. The Mi 5 did the same thing, so did the Redmi Note 3, the Note 3 Pro. So I think it's a MIUI thing that they just don't allow you to save that. They just consider full HD sufficient for everyone, but why can't it save that setting? So that's my little complaints there. A couple of other things. Someone mentioned to me as well in comments that you can't use widgets on the home screen. Well, you can actually, because that clock is a widget. You can put any widgets in there. You can add your own widget there. If I can do that, there we go. Do the gesture right. So you go along to widgets, and yes, you can just go and chuck them in there. Though these are actually widgets here, so they go in there, and it's all in one. There's no app drawer, and you're either gonna love that and hate that, and you can just move this over, and wow, I've got no room obviously in there, but where you find you've got room, then you can go and put in, okay, I want a huge widget of the calculator right there. So it's all in one, and that's something that maybe will take me a little while to get used to. Coming from TouchWiz on the Samsung S7 Edge, don't really find that as being too much of a problem, for me at least. And performance is another thing that I really like of it. I mean, the UI just flies, just moving around in the menus, everything you do is fine. I haven't had any lags or stutters. It performs like a flagship, and the Adreno 510 GPU plays all the games 1080p. You won't actually think that this is just a mediocre, well, I wouldn't say mediocre, but a mid-range chipset that's in there, and it's not the high end. It's not a Snapdragon 820, but it certainly performs like one, especially with the screen resolution. Anyway, it might be a different story. If this had a Quad HD screen on it, then I imagine maybe it'll run a little bit slower. Some of the games will probably be choppy then, but the GPU is definitely matched quite well to this resolution. And I'm one of those people that used to say that 1080p is all you really need, and I'm going to continue to say that. Now, I do have Quad HD phones. I own Quad HD phones, and honestly, the Quad HD phones, yes, okay, the screens are slightly sharper, look slightly better, but perfectly fine. 1080p, even at this size, at 6.44 inches, you can't really see any pixels. You can't, honestly. It's sharp and looks good from what, unless of course you're looking at it like right up here like that, damaging your eyesight, then you're trying to find pixels. Otherwise, yeah, the screen is really good, and the performance of everything, just everything flies. And the other problem again is the skin again, the MIUI that causes some problems. The fact that I do have the Chinese version, some of the applications in here, like you go to, will accidentally pop up something in Chinese that you don't want because you just go in there and oh, there's this Chinese coming up here in the search thing. Okay, whoops, no, didn't want that. Video app and a couple of other apps will start up in, of course, Chinese. So this is something, again, this is all actually fixable if you get the global ROM. So I'm sitting by now desperately waiting to get that. Another thing that I think this phone could definitely do with is Chrome is really nice, but look how massive everything is. And that is nice, yes. It's very readable, isn't it? And it's good, but I think would definitely benefit from Exposed if people know about the Exposed module there. And you can get what's called application settings, change the DPI and make this all smaller. Then I think you could really take advantage of the 6.44-inch screen, and things are going to look really good on there. But definitely, I have to say that don't knock this phone before you try it. It's definitely not for everyone, the size as I mentioned in my review, but I am liking this phone and I'm seriously considering keeping it. The only thing, as mentioned, that would have me not keeping this probably the camera, because I really do like to have a good camera and low light as well, the best possible, which is why I often think, if I only had my S7 Edge with me. But then again, when I think about the nice screen for playing games on, the nice screen for checking emails, for typing on, the larger size, playing games on this, just a pure pleasure, and the fact that the battery life too is going to give me, with my own personal use, maybe 5 days maximum. If I could squeeze that right out, I could probably get a lot more on there, because I left the wireless on the whole time. So if I was to toggle that, my brightness setting actually always has been slightly higher than I would normally have it, just to enjoy the screen more. I could even tweak that down, and I'm sure I'm going to be able to get even better battery life out of the thing. But it's definitely, for the price of this, which is about $240-$250 US, a really good phone. that is really the only thing is that I can complain about is really the UI, just those tiny little things. Hopefully most of that's going to be fixable there, and if there is some way to save the camera to always take 4K video, but there is a workaround from that as well, and that is to use a program called Open Camera, which is here, and then I can automatically just keep using 4K whenever I want. So those are my thoughts now after a week of using the Mi Max. Hope you enjoyed this video. That was helpful maybe if you're considering looking at one of these. But as mentioned, I think now's probably the second time, that yeah, don't knock the size of it until you try it, because you'll find yourself actually probably liking it like me, considering I almost never bought this due to its size. Thank you so much for watching this video, and hopefully I'll see you back in the channel soon.